I'm more motivated today than I've ever been, because now I realize I was put on this earth to share a story, to give capabilities, to make impact, so the deans that are in their 20s right now thinking, I don't think I could do this, it's the wrong time, wrong president, I missed my window. All that same fear was the same fears I had. I wasn't smart enough. I didn't have the money to start. No one gives me a chance. No one believes me. People think I'm insane. People call me dreamer. Like I'm the oddball. I'm the black sheep of the family. I'm the underdog. All those feelings so many people have, and they're one shift, one little shift, not a million, away from getting course corrected. They're one shift away from being 30 or 20 years later, like I am now, and looking back, my brands have broken $1 billion in sales. Incredible. From that guy living in a bathroom, working out of an old beat up barn. Incredible. Right? So I just hope, and I know you great people, and I love the inspiration, but I hope today you see, like I would love for you to say, holy shit, Dean's not that smart.
Yeah.
Like I would love for you to say, oh my God, if Dean could do it, I could. I have a 7th grade vocabulary. Even if you read my books, I write the way I talk. I mean, if you read my book, you know, I write it's a dialogue, it's a conversation, right? So if nothing else of that story, just knowing that you can, because a lot of times all someone needs to hear, and that's why I commended you for what you do. Sometimes all someone needs to hear is a story. Yeah. Like, because the capabilities are out there, the personal growth is out there, the tools are out there. But if you don't have the foundation, if someone doesn't give you a chance, if someone doesn't show you can, then you start believing you can't. And then there's this certain age where you find like, oh, maybe later. And I'm gonna do another thing to hopefully disturb you. Screw later. Because the last 5 years went by too fast for all of you. Wait till you get older. 5 years goes by in a minute. And you start saying, well, let me take this shit-ass job for 5 years and then I'll work on me. Oh, I'm gonna get married. Let me keep the job until you marry. Oh, we got pregnant. Let me wait till the first kid's old enough. Oh, let me wait till they're in high school. Oh, let me wait till they're out of college. And all of a sudden, you're 60 years old and you're like, where the hell did my life go? I want it back. You know how many people I talk to are like, I didn't take chances, I didn't take risks. You want to get disturbed, picture being 90 years old and you lived someone else's life. Like you always had this desire to do it, you're gonna be 90 going, can I get another shot? Like, I don't want that. I would much rather, did you ever hear the Theodore Roosevelt quote, man in the arena?
No.
Oh, you gotta Google it. I don't have it, but basically, I don't remember it off the top of my head, but it was this amazing speech he did in France. And it was like, at a paraphrase, you gotta find it, but basically it said, if you're not in the arena with me, if you're not playing ball, if you're not bloodied, if you're not marred, if you don't have failure, then don't dare judge me, don't dare give me a word. I refuse to listen to anybody who sits in the sidelines and points fingers at me. It said, I would much rather end my life knowing I tried valiantly and failed than to sit on the sidelines and poke fingers. But the ultimate end would be that I went after it when everyone told me, I got goosebumps, everybody told me I couldn't, and I figured it out along the way. Like, it's such a great quote, and basically what that means to me is, I don't want to sit in the stands and wear someone else's jersey on my back. I want to be on the field, even if I'm losing, at least I'm fighting for what I want. So don't wear someone else's jersey. Get in the arena and fail. Like, you can't win unless you're in it. But here's something on the other side that most people don't do. What I'd like you to also do is I'd like you to pick the goals that are left that you're gonna get done by the end of the year. Because if you're listening to me live as I'm doing this is more than halfway through the year. If you're pushing some off till next year, that's fine, but the ones you're gonna get done, now I want you to think about it 6 months from now, and you didn't achieve those goals. And you need to feel that too. Sit in it, it's 6 months from now and you're looking back and go, wow, another year went by, and I'm still stuck in this job. Another year went by, I still didn't fix this relationship. Another year went by, I'm staying in an abusive relationship. Another year went by, I didn't spend the time to try to date and meet someone new. Another year went by, I didn't register the URL. I didn't make the phone call. I didn't dig into the course. I didn't go through the coaching. What will that emotion feel like? And let that bathe in that feeling. Bathe in feeling like another year's gone. Bathe in the fact of, wow, at this age, I thought I'd be further ahead. Because here's what I know. Some of you make moves based on a bigger future. You're moving towards something better. You're aspirational. You're inspired. You see the bigger life. You see the bigger house, the bigger business, the bigger success, the bigger significance in the world, the bigger impact in the world. You see it. It drives you. Some of you listening right now, that scares you.
If that scares you, then fine, you're a move away from person. You want to move away from a job you don't like. You want to move away from a bad relationship. You want to move away from being broke. You want to move away, that's fine. Some of you are move away people, some of you are move towards, and sometimes when you get past the move away fear, then you can be a move towards person. That's the goal, is like move out of fear and move towards pleasure. Listen, what drives all of us in life? Fundamentally, we all boil down to, we want to avoid pain and we want to go towards pleasure. So if that's you, which is everybody in the world, use whatever one it takes. So again, this is your wake-up call. If you're listening to me, like I said, live kind of the week I'm doing them, it's more than halfway through the year. What have you accomplished? What have you let slip? What habits have you fallen back into? Where have you let your life just go on autopilot? Pick the goals you need to get done. This is your action call. Put them on a new list. Put them on a list that they're going to get done, and push, like I said, push some of them off. But the ones you push off, have an action plan for them starting next year. Get the ones done now. Remember, for future pace, 6 months from now, they are accomplished. Attach a feeling, attach an emotion. Cry if you have to. Get emotional. Laugh, smile, pretend you're in a situation that lights you up. But then also do the opposite side. Pretend it's 6 months from now and none of them got done. You're still in the same place. How does that feel? All I know is this, is the last 5 years went by in a flash. How do you think the next 5 years are going to feel? And if you don't make a change now, if you don't take action now, what's going to be different in your life? This is the halfway through the year wake-up call. How long does it take for you to get over a failure? I believe that the two correlate. I believe how long it takes you to get over someone taking advantage of you, how long you hold a grudge, is probably about the same amount of time it takes you when you try a business and it doesn't work out, when you try a partnership and the partner lets you down, when you go after a course and the course didn't work. And then when it doesn't work out, you find reasons why it didn't. It frustrates you, it annoys you, and then you go back to the life where you're at now. I wasn't trying to pigeonhole everybody who's listening. What I'm trying to do is make a point. If this is just even a fraction of you, these are the types of things, doesn't matter how good you are, there's a whole other level. You see, I've been obsessively working on letting go of grudges and letting go of failures faster and faster every year of my entire life. Yes, I want to fail faster than anyone. If I look back in my 20s, being broke, not having money, wanting another level of life, didn't go to college, I realized one of the things that I had that most people didn't is that I could let go of a failure really fast. In fact, even beyond that, I could get so pumped up, so motivated, so inspired about a project. You ever been there? Been so excited about something, wanting to do it, you're like, I'm going for this, I don't care what anybody says, and you go and you put all your enthusiasm and you stay up nights and you go after it, and then you try it and then it fails. They're the hardest ones to let down. It's like a relationship that you work so hard in, you think the other person's on the same page as you and they're not, and all of a sudden you're let down massively. Same kind of feeling when it's a business or anything that you're working hard on, or working hard for a swim meet. You swim all summer to lose the race, right? I think about that and I look back in my 20s, and one thing I had, I wasn't smart enough to read a lot of books or read courses or go to events like I should have, or learn from others as much as I should have. So I'm obsessed with it now. That's why I love training and sharing and delivering you anything I can to give you a heads up, is I failed fast. I failed. It doesn't matter how excited I was. When I failed, I'd mope and grope and be so pissed off. But by 48 hours later, I was over it. The quicker you can focus on how to fix it, the quicker you can learn from your failure, the quicker you can anchor those emotions, those feelings, that's when knowledge becomes wisdom. I truly believe with all of me that knowledge is something we can all acquire. Information, we can all get it. There's more information out now than ever before in history. So knowledge is easy to find in today's world. Information, easy to find. Wisdom, that's hard to come by, because wisdom is when you take knowledge, take information, put it into play, get your ass kicked in some places, learn from your mistakes, learn from the pain, and power through. So, again, this is what I want you to think about. I don't care where you are. If you hold a grudge shorter than anybody else, go shorter. If you rebound from a failure quicker than anyone you know, rebound quicker. Successful people rebound fast. And while they're rebounding, they're actually learning from the horrible experience they had. Transform the experience. Think of failures in a way to do an experience transformation. I just made that up. Transform the experience from something you call a failure, something painful, into, wow, I got that one out of the way. I learned from it. I know what to do next.